Muhammad Ali's journey of courage and legacy. Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. was born on January 17, 1942, in Louisville, Kentucky. He had one brother. He was named after his father, Cassius Marcellus Clay Sr., who had a sister and 4 brothers and who himself was named in honor of the 19th-century Republican politician and staunch abolitionist Cassius Marcellus Clay, also from the state of Kentucky. Clay's father's paternal grandparents were John Clay and Sally Ann Clay. Clay's sister Eva claimed that Sally was a native of Madagascar. He was a descendant of slaves of the antebellum South, and was predominantly of African descent, with Irish and English family heritage. His maternal great-grandfather, Abe Grady, emigrated from Ennis, County Clare, Ireland. DNA testing performed in 2018 showed that, through his paternal grandmother, Clay was a descendant of the former slave Archer Alexander, who had been chosen from the building crew as the model of a freed man for the Emancipation Memorial, and was the subject of abolitionist William Greenleaf Eliot's book, The Story of Archer Alexander, From Slavery to Freedom. His father was a sign and billboard painter, and his mother, Odessa O'Grady Clay, 1917 to 1994, was a domestic helper. Although Cassius Sr. was a Methodist, he allowed Odessa to bring up both Cassius Jr. and his younger brother, Rudolph Rudy Clay, later renamed Rahman Ali, as Baptists. Cassius Jr. attended Central High School in Louisville. He was dyslexic, which led to difficulties in reading and writing, at school and for much of his life. He grew up amid racial segregation. His mother recalled one occasion when he was denied a drink of water at a store. They wouldn't give him one because of his color. That really affected him. He was also strongly affected by the 1955 murder of Emmett Till, which led to young Clay and a friend taking out their frustration by vandalizing a local rail yard. Clay was first directed toward boxing by Louisville police officer and boxing coach Joe E. Martin, who encountered the 12-year-old fuming over a thief's having taken his bicycle. He told the officer he was going to whoop the thief. The officer told Clay he had better learn how to box first. Initially, Clay did not take up Martin's offer, but after seeing amateur boxers on a local television boxing program called Tomorrow's Champions, Clay was interested in the prospect of fighting. He then began to work with trainer Fred Stoner, whom he credits with giving him the real training, eventually molding my style, my stamina, and my system. For the last 4 years of Clay's amateur career he was trained by boxing cutman Chuck Bodak. Clay made his amateur boxing debut in 1954 against local amateur boxer Ronnie O'Keefe. He won by split decision. He went on to win 6 Kentucky Golden Gloves titles, 2 National Golden Gloves titles, an Amateur Athletic Union national title, and the light heavyweight gold medal in the 1960 Summer Olympics in Rome. Clay's amateur record was 100 wins with 5 losses. Clay made his professional debut on October 29, 1960, winning a 6-round decision over Tunney Hunsaker. From then until the end of 1963, Clay amassed a record of 19-0 with 15 wins by knockout. He defeated boxers including Tony Esperti, Jim Robinson, Donnie Fleeman, Alonzo Johnson, George Logan, Willie Besmanoff, Lamar Clark, Doug Jones, and Henry Cooper. Clay also beat his former trainer and veteran boxer Archie Moore in a 1962 match. These early fights were not without trials. Clay was knocked down by both Sonny Banks and Cooper. Clay was floored by a left hook at the end of round 4 and was saved by the bell, going on to win in the predicted 5th round due to Cooper's severely cut eye. The fight with Doug Jones on March 13, 1963, was Clay's toughest fight during this stretch. The number 2 and 3 heavyweight contenders respectively, Clay and Jones fought on Jones' home turf at New York's Madison Square Garden. Jones staggered Clay in the first round, and the unanimous decision for Clay was greeted by boos and a rain of debris thrown into the ring. In each of these fights, Clay vocally belittled his opponents and vaunted his abilities. He called Jones an ugly little man and Cooper a bum. In 1960, Clay left Moore's camp, partially due to Clay's refusal to do chores such as washing dishes and sweeping. To replace Moore, Clay hired Angelo Dundee to be his trainer. Clay had met Dundee in February 1957 during Clay's amateur career. Around this time, Clay sought longtime idol Sugar Ray Robinson to be his manager, but was rebuffed. By late 1963, Clay had become the top contender for Sonny Liston's title. Ali defended his title against former heavyweight champion Floyd Patterson on November 22, 1965. Before the match, Ali mocked Patterson, who was widely known to call him by his former name Cassius Clay, as an Uncle Tom, calling him the Rabbit. Although Ali had the better of Patterson, who appeared injured during the fight, the match lasted 12 rounds before being called on a technical knockout. After the Patterson fight, Ali founded his own promotion company, Main Bout. The company mainly handled Ali's boxing promotions and pay-per-view closed-circuit television broadcasts. The company's stockholders were mainly fellow Nation of Islam members, along with several others. Ali and then WBA heavyweight champion boxer Ernie Terrell had agreed to meet for a bout in Chicago on March 29, 1966. The WBA, one of two boxing associations, had stripped Ali of his title following his joining the Nation of Islam. Ali returned to the United States to fight Cleveland Williams at the Astrodome in Houston on November 14, 1966. The bout drew a record-breaking indoor crowd of 35,460 people. Williams had once been considered among the hardest punchers in the heavyweight division, but in 1964 he had been shot at point-blank range by a Texas policeman, resulting in the loss of 1 kidney and 3.0 meters, 10 feet, of his small intestine. Ali dominated Williams, winning a third-round technical knockout in what some consider the finest performance of his career. Ali fought Terrell in Houston on February 6, 1967. Terrell, who was unbeaten in 5 years and had defeated many of the boxers Ali had faced, was billed as Ali's toughest opponent since Liston. He was big, strong and had a 3-inch reach advantage over Ali. Ali won a unanimous 15-round decision. In March 1966, Ali refused to be inducted into the armed forces. He was systematically denied a boxing license in every state and stripped of his passport. As a result, he did not fight from March 1967 to October 1970, from ages 25 to almost 29, as his case worked its way through the appeals process before his conviction was overturned in 1971. While banned from sanctioned bouts, Ali settled a $1 million lawsuit against radio producer Murray Werner by accepting $10,000 to appear in a privately staged fantasy fight against retired champion Rocky Marciano. On August 11, 1970, with his case still in appeal, Ali was granted a license to box by the City of Atlanta Athletic Commission. A month earlier, a victory in federal court forced the New York State Boxing Commission to reinstate Ali's license. He fought Oscar Bonavena at Madison Square Garden in December, an uninspired performance that ended in a dramatic technical knockout of Bonavena in the 15th round. The win left Ali as a top contender against heavyweight champion Joe Frazier. 1971, basketball star Wilt Chamberlain challenged Ali to a fight, and a bout was scheduled for July 26. Although the 7'2" Chamberlain had formidable physical advantages over Ali, weighing 60 pounds more and able to reach 14 inches further, Ali was able to influence Chamberlain into calling off the bout by taunting him with calls of "timber" and "the tree will fall" during a shared interview. Ali won the bout through a technical knockout when the referee stopped the fight in the 12th round. February 2, 1976, Ali defeated Jean-Pierre Koopman by 5th-round knockout. The WBC heavyweight title was not on the line for this fight. On April 30, 1976, Ali would fight Jimmy Young and win a controversial unanimous decision. On March 31, 1985, Ali was the special guest referee for the main event of the inaugural WrestleMania event. In 1995, Ali led a group of Japanese and American professional wrestlers, including his 1976 opponent Antonio Inoki and Ric Flair, on a sports diplomacy mission to North Korea. Ali was guest of honor at the record-breaking Collision in Korea, a wrestling event with the largest attendance of all time. Ali had a cameo role in the 1962 film version of Requiem for a Heavyweight, and during his exile from boxing, he starred in the short-lived 1969 Broadway musical, Buck White. He also appeared in the documentary film Black Rodeo, 1972, riding both a horse and a bull. His autobiography The Greatest, My Own Story, written with Richard Durham, was published in 1975. In 1977 the book was adapted into a film called The Greatest, in which Ali played himself and Ernest Borgnine played Angelo Dundee. The film Freedom Road, made in 1978, features Ali in a rare acting role as Gideon Jackson, a former slave and Union, American Civil War, soldier in 1870s Virginia, who gets elected to the U.S. Senate and battles alongside former slaves and white sharecroppers to keep the land they have tended all their lives. Ali often used rhyme schemes and spoken-word poetry, both for when he was trash-talking in boxing and as political poetry for his activism outside of boxing. He played a role in the shaping of the black poetic tradition, paving the way for the last poets in 1968, Gil Scott-Heron in 1970, and the emergence of rap music in the 1970s. In 1963, Ali released an album of spoken-word music on Columbia Records titled, I Am the Greatest, and in 1964, he recorded a cover version of the rhythm and blues song, Stand By Me. I Am the Greatest sold 500,000 copies, and has been identified as an early example of rap music and a precursor to hip-hop. In 1978, Ali's total fight purse earnings were estimated to be nearly $60 million, inflation-adjusted $364 million, including an estimated $47.45 million grossed between 1970 and 1978. By 1980, his total fight purse earnings were estimated to be up to $70 million, inflation-adjusted $337 million. In 1978, Ali revealed that he was broke, and several news outlets reported his net worth to be an estimated $3.5 million, inflation-adjusted $16 million. The press attributed his decline in wealth to several factors, including taxes consuming at least half of his income, management taking a third of his income, his lifestyle, and spending on family, charity and religious causes. In 2006, Ali sold his name and image for $50 million, after which Forbes estimated his net worth to be $55 million in 2006. Following his death in 2016, his fortune was estimated to be between $50 million and $80 million. Ali said that he first heard of the Nation of Islam when he was fighting in the Golden Gloves tournament in Chicago in 1959 and attended his first Nation of Islam meeting in 1961. He continued to attend meetings, although keeping his involvement hidden from the public. In 1962, Clay met Malcolm X, who soon became his spiritual and political mentor. On March 6, 1964, Elijah Muhammad gave a radio address that Clay would be renamed Muhammad, one who is worthy of praise, Ali, Most High. Around that time Ali moved to the south side of Chicago and lived in a series of houses, always near the Nation of Islam's Mosque Maryam or Elijah Muhammad's residence. He stayed in Chicago for about 12 years. Ali stated that his earlier name was a slave name and a white man's name, and added that, I didn't choose it and I don't want it. I am Muhammad Ali, a free name. Ali stated, I am America. I am the part you won't recognize. But get used to me. Black, confident, cocky, my name, not yours, my religion, not yours, my goals, my own, get used to me. Ali was known for being a humanitarian and philanthropist. He focused on practicing his Islamic duty of charity and good deeds, donating millions to charity organizations and disadvantaged people of all religious backgrounds. It is estimated that Ali helped to feed more than 22 million people afflicted by hunger across the world. Ali was married 4 times and had 7 daughters and 2 sons. Ali was introduced to cocktail waitress Sanji Roy by Herbert Muhammad, who was to become Ali's longtime manager, and asked her to marry him after their first date. They married approximately 1 month later on August 14, 1964. They quarreled over Sanji's refusal to join the Nation of Islam. According to Ali, she wouldn't do what she was supposed to do. She wore lipstick, she went into bars, she dressed in clothes that were revealing and didn't look right. The marriage was childless and they divorced on January 10, 1966. Just before the divorce was finalized, Ali sent Sanjay a note, "You traded heaven for hell, baby." Ali's brother Rahman said that she was Ali's only true love and the Nation of Islam made Ali divorce her and Ali never got over it. On August 17, 1967, Ali married Belinda Boyd. In an interview with NBC6, Boyd recounted meeting Ali when she was 10 years old at her hometown mosque. He said, "Listen here little girl. This is my name. I'ma be famous. You need to keep that, 'cause it's gon' be worth a lot of money," Boyd said, mimicking Ali. "You'll never be famous with that name." And, "I walked away," Boyd said. Born into a Chicago family that had converted to the Nation of Islam, she later changed her name to Khalila Ali, though she was still called Belinda by old friends and family. They had 4 children, author and rapper Maryam May, born 1968, twins Jamila and Rashida, born 1970, and Muhammad Ali Jr., born 1972. Rashida married Robert Walsh and has 2 sons, Biagio Ali, born 1998, who is an amateur MMA fighter, and Nico Ali, born 2000, who is a professional boxer. Ali was a resident of Cherry Hill, New Jersey in suburban Philadelphia in the early 1970s. At age 32 in 1974, Ali began an extramarital relationship with 16-year-old Wanda Bolton, who subsequently changed her name to Aisha Ali, with whom he fathered another daughter, Kalia, born June 1974. While still married to Belinda, Ali married Aisha a year later in an Islamic ceremony that was not legally recognized. According to Kalia, Aisha and her mother lived at Ali's Deer Lake training camp alongside Belinda and her children. In January 1985, Aisha sued Ali for unpaid palimony. The case was settled when Ali agreed to set up a $200,000 trust fund for Kalia. In 2001, Kalia was quoted as saying she believed her father viewed her as a mistake. He had another daughter, Mia, born 1972, from an extramarital relationship with Patricia Harvell. By the summer of 1977, his second marriage ended due to Ali's repeated infidelity, and he had married actress and model Veronica Portia. At the time of their marriage, they had a daughter, Hannah, and Veronica was pregnant with their second child. By 1986, Ali and Portia were divorced due to Ali's continuous infidelity. On November 19, 1986, Ali married Yolanda Lonnie Williams. Lonnie first met Ali at the age of 6 when her family moved to Louisville in 1963. In 1982, she became Ali's primary caregiver and in return, he paid for her to attend graduate school at UCLA. Together they adopted a son, Asad Amin, born 1986, when Asad was 5 months old. Kirsty Mensa Ali claims she is Ali's biological daughter with Barbara Mensa, with whom he allegedly had a 20-year relationship, citing photographs and a paternity test conducted in 1988. She said he accepted responsibility and took care of her, but all contacts with him were cut off after he married his 4th wife Lonnie. In 2010, Osman Williams came forward claiming to be Ali's biological son. His mother Temeka Williams, also known as Rebecca Holloway, launched a $3 million lawsuit against Ali in 1981 for sexual assault, claiming that she had started a sexual relationship with him when she was 12, and that her son Osman, born 1977, was fathered by Ali when she was 17. Ali's Parkinson's syndrome led to a gradual decline in his health, though he was still active into the early 2000s, promoting his own biopic, Ali, in 2001. That year he also contributed an on-camera segment to The America, a tribute to Heroes benefit concert. In 1998, Ali began working with actor Michael J. Fox, who has Parkinson's disease, to raise awareness and fund research for a cure. They made a joint appearance before Congress to push the case in 2002. In 2000, Ali worked with the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research to raise awareness and encourage donations for research. In February 2013, Ali's brother Rahman Ali said Muhammad could no longer speak and could be dead within days. Ali's daughter May Ali responded to the rumors, stating that she had talked to him on the phone the morning of February 3 and he was fine. On December 20, 2014, Ali was hospitalized for a mild case of pneumonia. Ali was once again hospitalized on January 15, 2015, for a urinary tract infection after being found unresponsive at a guest house in Scottsdale, Arizona. He was released the next day. Ali was hospitalized in Scottsdale, Arizona, on June 2, 2016, with a respiratory illness. Though his condition was initially described as fair, it worsened, and he died the following day at the age of 74 from septic shock. Muhammad Ali's lifestyle, characterized by his unyielding commitment to his beliefs, both inside and outside the boxing ring, had a profound impact on people globally. His fearless pursuit of justice, civil rights, and religious freedom inspired countless individuals. Ali's charismatic personality and resilience in the face of adversity served as a beacon of courage. By standing up against racial injustice and promoting religious tolerance, he became a symbol of empowerment, motivating others to challenge societal norms and advocate for their convictions. Ali's legacy extends beyond his athletic achievements, leaving a lasting impression on the importance of using one's platform to advocate for positive change. Do well to follow, comment, like and subscribe to encourage us to publish more contents like this. From all of us at Didactic Contents, we love you all.